A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant and controversial move, Israel's parliament has passed a law that effectively bans the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees in the Near East, UNRWA, from operating within the country and the occupied Palestinian territories. This legislation comes in the wake of allegations that certain UNRWA staff members had links to the Hamas attacks that occurred on October 7, 2023, which has led to a surge of international condemnation from countries including the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. UNRWA is a critical agency providing essential services such as education, healthcare, and humanitarian aid to millions of Palestinians. The agency's Commissioner General, Philippe Lazzarini, has expressed grave concerns that this new law will exacerbate the already dire humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where conditions have been deteriorating for over a year. These bills will only deepen the suffering of Palestinians, especially in Gaza, where people have been going through more than a year of sheer hell, Lazzarini stated, emphasizing the precarious situation of Gaza's 2.3 million inhabitants who rely heavily on humanitarian assistance for survival. The implications of this legislation are severe, as it could lead to the closure of UNRWA's East Jerusalem office and hinder the flow of aid into Gaza. Hundreds of thousands of Gazans are currently living in makeshift shelters, and the ongoing conflict has resulted in a staggering death toll, with reports indicating around 43,000 Palestinian deaths due to Israeli military actions. The new law, which is set to come into effect in 3 months, poses significant challenges for UNRWA's operations. The agency may struggle to bring in international staff and coordinate necessary aid efforts, further complicating the humanitarian landscape in Gaza. Concerns have been raised by U.S. officials, including State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller, who warned that the passage of this legislation could have implications under U.S. law, potentially affecting arms sales to Israel unless measures are taken to improve humanitarian conditions in Gaza. Israel's government has intensified its scrutiny of UNRWA since January, alleging that a small number of its employees were involved in the Hamas attacks. However, these claims have been met with skepticism as the Israeli government has provided little evidence to substantiate its allegations. An independent review in April found that UNRWA demonstrated a stronger commitment to neutrality compared to other aid organizations and UN agencies. The situation has become increasingly perilous for UNRWA staff, with many workers killed during the ongoing conflict, making this the deadliest period for UN personnel in history. UNRWA media advisor Adnan Abu Hasna warned that banning the agency could lead to a total collapse of humanitarian efforts in Gaza, calling the decision an unprecedented escalation of the conflict. Joyce Msuya, acting head of the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, echoed these sentiments, labeling the Israeli legislation as dangerous and outrageous. She stated, "There is no alternative to UNRWA," highlighting the agency's vital role in providing humanitarian assistance in the region. Oxfam's regional director in the Middle East and North Africa, Sally Abi Khalil, condemned Israel's actions, stating, "Piece by piece, Israel is systemically dismantling Gaza as a land that is autonomous and livable for Palestinians. Its banning of UNRWA today is condemnable and another step in this crime." UNRWA, established in 1949, has been a lifeline for Palestinian refugees, and its operations have been crucial during the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. The agency has provided emergency food aid, healthcare, and educational services to those affected by the war, which has left much of Gaza in ruins. The UN has reiterated that if Israel enforces laws that sever ties with UNRWA, it will be obligated under international law to meet the needs of the Palestinian population. As the international community rallies to support UNRWA, the potential fallout from this legislation looms large. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has raised concerns about the humanitarian implications of Israel's decision, emphasizing that there is no alternative to UNRWA's operations. The UN agencies for children, health, and migration have also underscored the critical role of UNRWA in providing essential services in Gaza. The passage of this law has sparked a wave of protests and discussions about the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, with many calling for immediate action to prevent further deterioration of conditions for the Palestinian people. The situation remains fluid, and the next steps taken by Israel and the international community will be crucial in determining the future of humanitarian aid in the region. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.